Welcome back to Insights. Today we're talking about one of the most underrated skills of a great presenter, the ability to edit. Because average presenters rush, but great presenters know less is more. Most of us, when we're preparing a presentation, try to pack in everything we know, every detail, every chart, every point that might be useful. We do it because we don't want to leave anything out. But the problem is, when we give too much, our audience walks away remembering almost nothing. A perfect example of editing done brilliantly comes from Steve Jobs. Back in 2007, when he introduced the very first iPhone, Jobs could have stood on stage and rattled off every technical specification. The phone had hundreds of features, and engineers would have loved to highlight all of them. But Jobs knew that wasn't the way to capture hearts and minds. So he cut, he trimmed, he edited. Instead of a laundry list of functions, he gave the audience just 3 simple points. It's an iPod, a phone, and an internet communicator. That's it. That single phrase became iconic because it was simple, memorable, and crystal clear. Behind the scenes, Jobs rehearsed for weeks. He trimmed entire sections of slides and stories. And even in the moment, when demos didn't go exactly as planned, he adjusted seamlessly. That's agility, the confidence to edit before, during, and after a presentation, so the message lands exactly where it should. So what does that mean for us? First, before you step on stage, ask yourself, what's the one message you want people to remember? Build everything around that and cut the rest. Second, while you're speaking, read your audience. If you see energy dropping, don't plow through the script. Skip ahead, shorten a story, or use silence to let something sink in. And third, after it's over, reflect. What worked? What dragged? What can you trim for next time? Editing isn't about stripping away value. It's about making your value unmistakable. That's why Jobs' line is still remembered nearly 2 decades later, while most product launches fade instantly. So here's a question for you. In your next presentation, what can you edit out to make your message sharper, clearer, and more impactful? If you'd like to sharpen that skill and bring more agility to your presentations, head over to thinknewamsterdam.com and set up a coaching session. We'll work together to make sure your message not only lands, but sticks. Until next time, keep empowering yourself and others to achieve more and make a difference.